We didn't finish the way how we wanted, but you know, learning lesson for the year. Learn from it and then get better.
How do you explain 6-4 to 7-10?
That's a big difference, you know. Like I said, we didn't finish how we wanted. Ultimately, we wanted to go to the playoffs, but things didn't turn out how we wanted it to. So, yeah.
On an individual level, are you satisfied with your body of work from here?
Honestly, I feel kind of incomplete. I mean, people may think it's a good year, but I feel like there's more, you know, that I could have done for my team in order to make the playoffs or whatever. So,
I mean, I don't know what more you could have done. What more could you have done?
that's for me to figure out. That's why there's the off season. So,
How much would you like to be back?
yeah, this is the organization that I love. We know how it goes with this business stuff, but I'd definitely like to be back.
Danielle, when you say you feel incomplete, do you mean, it seems like physically you gave it all, right? So what is that? Can you go deeper on what that feels like?
I feel like there's more out there, that there's more that I could do, you know, just to help my teammates. Just feel like there's more in the tank somewhere, so I just got to find it.
Does that hunger make you want to come back then even more?
Oh, definitely. You know, like I said, it's doing more of what I can for my teammates, you know, being able to make playoff runs, you know, stuff like that.
What did you like most about this specific defense?
I like the fact that guys were able to play everywhere. You know, you weren't assigned to a specific position. You know, guys were free. You know, played fast, didn't have to think about much.
What did you think just about Flo in his first year?
He did a great job. You know, having guys just unlocking their abilities. You know, young guys, Ivan, you know, older guys, me. You know, I think he did a great job.
And then just you specifically, like, how grateful are you that given the injuries that you went through, that you were able to do what you've done these last 3 years?
I'm very thankful. You know, I remember watching all the time when those 2 years that I was injured. I was thinking I was probably never be able to play football again. But I just remember going back on the field for the first time, and I was really thankful for that moment. So I'm very grateful to be back out there with my teammates.
Danielle, you've been around too, and this time of year, you know that's not going to be the same next year, especially in terms of Harrison Smith maybe not coming back. You guys kind of been a long ride together. How is that if this is the last time you two are together?
Hopefully it's not, but you know, he's a good dude. I learned a lot from him on and off the field. You know, I spent a lot of time with him. You know, we did a lot of recovery sessions together, and it was just a great experience. You know, just being able to learn from one of the greats. You know, comparing him to Palomalu. So, it was definitely an honor.
Is it weird for you now to be one of those veteran guys in the locker room thinking that way?
Not necessarily. If you asked me this a few years ago, but I'm year 9 now, so I embrace it.
How exciting is the prospect of free agency?
I'm still with the Vikings right now, so that time hasn't come yet. I don't know much about it, so it is what it is.
Are you a guy now who watches the playoffs, and do you root as a fan, or what do you do right now?
So I got a couple friends that are on different teams, and so I'm planning on going to some of their games to support them, like in the Houston Texans and all that. So plan on going to see some of them.
So Houston is one of your dark horse players, teams you like to see, or?
I just go to watch and support my teammates, my former teammates. So
I feel like it was a tremendous incline from last season as a rookie. I feel like I started out this season way better. I was way more consistent in certain areas the way I wanted to be, and I'm happy with the way this season ended.
What's your off season kind of when you head into it? I'm sure you get a little rest here, but once you go, what's your focus?
I'm going to focus on mobility and making sure I strengthen my shoulders and anything else that needs to be strengthened so that next year I can eliminate injuries.
To piggyback off what you're saying about everyone packing up and leaving, quite a different experience now that you're not a rookie anymore. You appreciate it more, right? Mm-hmm. Knowing that the team will never be the same. How is that to process?
Man, it's a little tough, but I feel like the more I get into the league, the more normal it'll become. But at the end of the day, you play with these guys for a whole season, they become brothers to you. We go through a lot together, and When some of these guys leave, I feel like those bonds never leave, and that you kind of like stay in contact with those guys.
And also on the playing field ways, you appreciate the stability at quarterback a little bit more, right? I mean, your rookie year, you kind of already had that, and then the carousel this year. What did you learn most from all of that?
I mean, I just learned that, you got to be adaptive in the NFL. You never know what's going to happen. You can have your starting quarterback, your prize quarterback at one point, and then the next point he's hurt. And you're dealing with battling with two other quarterbacks or other quarterbacks throughout the season. And I feel like that's just kind of how the NFL is. You have to just deal with the cards you dealt.
Do you watch the other teams now? Like, are you a fan of the playoffs and root for anyone now that you're not in it?
Personally, I'm not a big fan of like watching sports outside of football. So like, I'll watch my games or watch my opponent. But now that it's over, I might watch the Super Bowl. I watch the Natty tonight. But that's about it.
Yeah, kind of a break from it?
Yeah, definitely a break, mental break and a physical break.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Most definitely. Like I said, I wish I would have gotten to the playoffs, but you still learn a lot. Still thankful for the opportunity of playing in the NFL, and I look forward to coming back next year with the same team.
What are some keys for you this offseason?
I want to fill out my lower half, get stronger on my legs, and then just kind of watching film on what the plays I messed up. So I feel like I got a lot to grow on my game, and I feel like it will in the second year.
How much time do you take for yourself before you jump into all of that?
Me being a rookie, I want to get right back into it, but the coaching staff is telling me you've been going for a long time. Rookie years, like your longest year you'll have in the league, so kind of just take a break a little bit and step back and like just get your body back first before you try to jump on anything. So I guess that's probably gonna be the hardest part for me, but just kind of listen to the older guys and coaches. They're saying like to just kind of get off your feet for a little bit, so I'm for sure gonna do that.
Is it weird your very first kind of pack up and leave kind of day?
Yeah, all the garbage bags in the locker room, just getting people to sign helmets, balls and stuff like that. It's kind of weird, but we came through a lot. This year was real long for us, but I would say it flew by for real. I still can't believe it's over with my rookie season. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely, 1,000 million %. That's my guy. I'd ride for him. I'll tell anybody that. 10,000%. I'd rather have nobody else than Kirk under center for us, and I love that guy. And I can talk about Kirk for the next 2 hours if you want, because he has that kind of impact on our locker room. And
What do you think people learned, I guess, externally outside of this locker room about Kirk and his impact this year?
I'm not sure. I can't really speak for everybody else, but I think in the last probably 18 months, I think I had more people come up to me and say they realize how much of a great guy he is, and clearly it's starting to be seen how much he means to the guys in this locker room and this team. And I've known that for 6 years, and I'm glad other people are starting to realize how important he is. Very good.
What is it about him and just the impact he's had that makes you feel that way specifically?
Everything about how he carries himself. I mean, you talk about guys that are coming in. He was coming in as a fourth-round pick, and there was the number 2 overall pick on the same draft class on the same team. He wasn't the first overall pick. He's not 6'8" and doesn't run a 4.2, but he maximizes 100% of everything he's given, and that story is relatable for a lot of guys. I think regardless of what everybody in the world, whatever they believe or whatever their purpose is or their moral compass or how they go about their life, their philosophy, I think everybody can look at Kirk and say, whatever his is, he lives that fully 100% every day, and he's more true to himself than most people I've ever met, and he's just true to himself in his preparation, his beliefs, and he's a baller, and he's really, really good, and I would just love for an opportunity to play with him again.
Knowing all that, still how jarring was it for you and some of the other guys to have him suddenly gone from the lineup?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I remember he asked me in Green Bay, what does he mean? And I couldn't really get words out because there's a lot of shock, and you didn't know, but you knew it was bad. And I think you're able to, formulate those thoughts as time goes on a little bit more than you were in the moment. And I've shared those with him, and I hope he knows how I feel about him. I think he does. I tell him all the time. But yeah, I love that guy.
Brian, is there anything you've learned personally that you can share with us that has meant the most to you with your relationship with him?
I'm trying to think of a one specific because there's about 400. But I think starting 1 and 3, or was it 1 and 3 or 0 and 3 or 1 and 4 or whatever it is, you know, he's able to recall events sitting at lunch, recall events in seasons past where there's been stretches that weren't good, and talk about how we were able to dig ourselves out of them and bring up other examples of how you dig yourself out of holes and continue to be steadfast in your confidence. His confidence never wavers, and just like random things like that, like a conversation at lunch where he can reference something that's happened in the past and how he and us and this organization was able to dig themselves out of a hole.
So it calms you down, right?
Yeah, for sure, and just you know, keeps a steadfast belief in the locker room and you as a player that we're going to right the ship.
Do you think that's a point you'd want to make to the front office, or feel like it's your place to make that point to the people who will make that final decision about what they do with Kirk?
If they ask me my thoughts, you know, it's my job is to make room in the run game and protect on third down. So that's not my job. I try to do that really well. But you know, if people ask me, I'm sure to gladly share my thoughts because I feel strongly about them.
How much confidence just in general do you have about the direction of where this franchise is going?
Standing here today compared to standing here in years past when we didn't make the playoffs, it's night and day. It's night and day. I, you know, wholeheartedly believe that this organization's heading in the right direction, and we have the right feel in this building, and guys want to come in and never flinch and do things the right way and build this the right way. And you know, the results weren't there, but guys didn't flinch and guys didn't turn on each other. Guys believed in the coaching staff believed in us, and it's a credit to the culture that's being built here, and hopefully I can help, you know, continue to foster that for a lot of years.
Opportunity didn't go the way we wanted to go, but you know, just attacking this next, you know, this momentum off season, going into, you know, what's the next process for this team, and obviously just keep attacking it. Obviously, you know, we know what we could have done, should have done, but you know, take this one in, go by it, and then obviously just work this offseason, get to the next goal we want to obviously reach as a team.
When did the injury happen? So Cincinnati, it happened during the game?
Yep, it happened like the third play on the screen play. I kind of felt a little tweak in my knee, but I didn't, you know, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna finish the game was my mindset, but obviously after the game, kind of feeling it a little bit more, going to the training room, getting the MRI, and obviously it's an injury, so it kind of sucked, obviously. Not being able to control, you know, that type of thing, not being able to play was kind of, you know, obviously the hardest thing about it.
So something torn? Like, what's the specific injury?
Yeah, grade 3 tear in my MCL, a ligament. Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you need surgery then to repair it, or already had surgery?
So far, no surgery right now. Obviously, gonna go get checked again, go from there. But right now, just rehabbing it, just stay here, just keep getting treatment for these guys up in here, and just keep getting better every single day.
How hard was it? So you're out for Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, just the way the defense played those final 3 games.
Man, obviously, like I said, it's hard just to go out there and watch. Obviously, I want to be on the field. Like I said, just, you know, just for me, it was good. Just, you know, keep supporting the younger guys that was out there. You know, Mekhi did a great job stepping in. I think all of our guys in our room just kept stepping up, making plays. But, you know, it was just hard for me, obviously, not to be out there. But just for me to go out there every single game, they still be out there and just keep supporting them guys. It just was a good feeling as well.
When you hear a lot of people saying B-Flow should go off and be a head coach somewhere, and he means so much to your defense, I'm not asking you to divulge what's said in meetings, but obviously you guys want him to stay. Have you let him know that?
Definitely. Obviously, he loves it here. He said this is one of the greatest seasons for him. Obviously, the players here love him as well. You know, I haven't had a chance to go talk to him. I'm going to go talk to him as well and just tell him, you know, the guys here, for me speaking, I love this defense. I love what you brought to this team, physicality, knowing the players, what they're good and, you know, the best, putting them in the best positions on the field. So just as me, just go up there, just tell them, you know, how much I'm grateful and appreciative to have him as a coach.
What else did he bring to the table for you personally that maybe is not about the X's and O's?
I just think he brought that juice to practice. Obviously, kind of guy, you know, he doesn't talk as much, I think, personally, but he's once you talk to him, get it going, he's going to bring that energy, bring that juice. So just coming out there, getting us better every single day, just saying something, you know, if it's a quote every single day, or if it's something just for our whole defense to hear, just brings that every day and just gets us going.
Everyone throws around the word culture. And guys that come from other teams, they learned that this is a little bit different. What have you noticed here in the locker room that you really enjoy?
I would say the biggest thing is whoever the guys in this locker room. This is the biggest thing, the relationships we have with each other. I just think, we do stuff outside of here that kind of brings us closer. And just ever since I got here, just the difference in what I've seen and been through, just off the rip. But as soon as I got here, I'm like, okay, this team's kind of different. They got a different thing going on in this program. So just like I said, just this locker room, the guys we have in here, just those connections, relationships we all have as as one.
I think one of the other players was saying, like a player like Justin Jefferson, on other teams, the star might blow by and not say anything.
Yeah.
But he's there and not only like talking, but invested in friends.
Exactly. Obviously, one of the greatest receivers I've ever, had a chance to be a teammate with, and obviously guard at practice. Obviously, once I got here, I seen that too. But yeah, just a great leader, a great guy as a person. That's outgoing, is going to speak to you. Just a regular guy, not. Some people try to say, oh, he's this, that. No, he's just a good dude, a good person, a great teammate, and someone who comes here that's always working, just ready to work.
And stuff like that where we're having different quarterbacks, it's different. So you try to get that during the week, and then when you kind of get those live bullets on the field, then you can kind of, feel that. So, it was definitely, a process, but something we kind of got used to.
KJ, realistically speaking, free agent, they draft Addison in the first round, about to pay JJ, pay Hawkinson. Realistically speaking, is it hard to see yourself back here?
I don't really know, man. I think it was something that was, really on my mind all season. But, I kind of have learned to just, control what I can. And, we'll see how it kind of shakes out. Talk to my agent, see what's best for me. And, talk to the team and, see what happens.
How much are you looking forward to free agency?
I'm really excited, man. I'm extremely excited. I've worked my whole life to, be able to, do something really great for my family. So, at the end of the day, I'm in the NFL and I'm blessed. I'm very grateful for the position that I'm in. And, I'm excited for it.
KJ, what have you learned this year about yourself with all the uncertainty and things changing and losing Kirk and being decoyed and then back and forth?
Right. I learned how strong my mind is. It's difficult. What goes on under that helmet with all the stuff. The adversity you face and the things that we have to deal with. At the end of the day, you got to go out there and play football. At the end of the day, whenever the ball is snapped. So I think I learned how strong I am. As a person. I think that'll help me in my future. Not only with football but off the field as well.
And the past couple of years, the relationship that you have with JJ, it's has been really sweet as well away from the field, right? Like as men, how has that been for you?
Oh man, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. JJ has grown to be one of my closest friends, and I cherish that relationship because just who JJ is. He doesn't have that many people that are that close to him. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that try to come to him for what his name is, but we've grown that relationship from combine training to being drafted at the same organization, and to see all the historic stuff he's doing, and even his facing his injury this year, coming back. So to see him on that field, he scored yesterday. I was the first one out there, doing the gritty with him because that's one of my best friends, off the field as well. So I really cherish our relationship.
What have you learned from him the most?
Oh man, what have I learned from him? A lot. A lot. We've grown, a lot together. JJ, he's had, a lot of adversity, this year as well, and he's had a strong mind. For records he's been breaking, and he gets a lot of pub for all the great things that he does. So when he faced the injury, I know that was really tough for him. So just like everybody else on this team, adversity, facing that adversity, coming back, growing from it, he was still able to get his 1,000 yards. So, I was happy for him.
KJ, what's Kirk meant to you?
Man, that's a loaded question, man. Kirk is, he's my guy, man. I'm almost speechless, lost for words, when I really reflect on, what Kirk has meant for me in my career. I told him we had something, last week. I just told him, how blessed I am to, be with a person like him, and a teammate and a quarterback, somebody that can lead this organization. I think we have so many, characteristics, alike. Which makes us, close. But so much, just on the field, off the field, how he prepares. He's a pro. He's really, meant a lot on my life and in my career. So, rather we play together or not again, he's definitely somebody that I'll keep in touch with, and we'll definitely be close.
And finally, for me, in terms of, like you said, being mentally strong, how emotional is it you've been on clean-out days before. But knowing Kirk might be gone, you might be gone. JJ's got to sign. There's a lot there.
Yeah, no, it is. Like you said, it's part of the business. it's part of it, you know. And this will be my first, go around at free agency. So this is my first time, going around it. So I'll learn the process and see how it works. But I've tried to cherish my time here all year. I knew what could be at stake. So I've tried to cherish my time here. With my teammates. With KO, playing with Kirk, playing with JJ. Like I said, I'll definitely be friends with these guys. No matter what happens. But you never get these moments back. So even through the adversity, I have I haven't taken it for granted. I've cherished every moment of it.
How do you stay mentally healthy when you go through what you've gone through and all the different teams and you're in, you're out, all those things?
It's very easy just because what I do on the field doesn't define the person I am. As it's been well documented, I have a lot of interest off the field, but I also understand the power of football, right, and the power of the sport that we all love and that we all care about. And I also understand that within that power that my identity isn't in that, and so. Being able to love the game as much as I do and give as much as I do to it, and enjoy coming to work every single day, working with the guys here in Minnesota or whatever team I'm on, and put my best foot forward every single day, but also being able to remove myself and get refreshed and recharged for the many seasons to come in my career, man, allow me to stay mentally healthy. So, yeah, it definitely was a mentally taxing season, a little bit of a roller coaster, but I have a lot of confidence in myself, and I'll be excited to see what the future holds.
Josh, as you look back to coming here, just how do you evaluate just maybe the difficulty that this offense was or is, and trying to pick that up on the fly?
Yeah, any offense in the NFL is difficult. I think obviously the offense that we run is definitely a high-level offense, and so to pick it up quickly, the way that I had to was definitely a feat. And so moving forward, man, like the amount of, try to say this right, the amount of ease that you can have like as a quarterback, being able to start from day one in an offense and go through OTAs and then go through mini camp and then start back over in training camp and, build upon that. And then go out and understand those building blocks, go out and play football in week one, man. Like, that eases your mind so much at quarterback. From the other end of the spectrum where, you show up on Tuesday and you have to, master the offense quickly and go out and play and still win football games. Like, so that feat definitely, is something that I don't take for granted, but, I'd rather have it the first way, right? And so, yeah, that's something I'll look for as I'm looking at the opportunities for next year, what gives me the most consistent chance to play consistent football. And so whether that's here or somewhere else, I'll definitely be able to monitor those options and proceed from there. But either way, man, like the amount of support that I got here from teammates, coaches, personnel, front office, fans, watching everyone at the Denver game dressed up in astronaut costumes was unbelievable. And so, I love whatever future holds. I really enjoyed my time here, man, and playing for the Vikings. And we'll be excited to see what opportunities come from this.
Hey Josh, what are you expecting from free agency? Because obviously this is your first year. You've got a lot of film now.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of opportunities. I'm not going to look ahead at this point, right? I think I'm more in the reflection mindset. Like, the season is crazy. I was just talking about with the coaches. It's like you're go, go, go. 24 hours ago, we're getting ready to play a national football game, and now dudes are cleaning out their lockers and got flights to different parts of the country. So it's crazy how fast it's taken away from you. And so as a player, man, like in these positions, it's a great time for that reflection to see how far that you've come, whether you are a rookie or whether you're someone like me who got the first time, playing significant amount of snaps, and take time to reflect on that, see how you grew as a person, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Enjoy that reflection, enjoy that period of time. And when free agency comes, man, like, it will come and the opportunities will be there. But right now I'm in the reflection mindset and just, thankful for the opportunities I had here in Minnesota.
Josh, in terms of the quarterback room, you've been on different teams. The fact that the carousel kept spinning, it was a unique situation. What did you learn about the support from the other quarterbacks that were in that room with you?
Yeah, everyone in the room is a true pro. Like, as I said when I got here, being the starter and then being in that room, I guess a team task to get whoever's ready to play to start and play at a high level. Like, everyone's working their tail off to understand not only our offense but the defense that we're going to go against. So those guys, man, are true pros, and everyone prepared their butt off every single week and tried to put their best foot forward. Sometimes the results wasn't what we wanted, but everyone did prepare and expect to play at an extremely high level. So I'm thankful to be in the room with those guys, man. Like from Kirk to Jaron to Nick, it was a really good room. Really enjoyed our time together.